The moment begins long before the cameras feel it, before the audience senses the shift in air, before the broadcast lights burn just a little hotter than usual. A modern daytime talk show is not just a stage, it is a machine, engineered with precision, calibrated for emotion, designed to carry energy from one end of the room to the other. The set is polished and intentional, a clean, contemporary layout with warm tones and controlled lighting that flatters every angle, every expression, every flicker of reaction. The lighting rig above is tuned like a performance instrument, balancing softness with clarity, ensuring that nothing is lost and nothing is exaggerated unless the moment demands it. This is television built with purpose, with technical specs refined over years of broadcast evolution. At the center of it all is momentum. A talk show lives and dies by rhythm, by pacing, by the ability to glide effortlessly from laughter to vulnerability without losing control. The host's chair is positioned not just for comfort but for dominance of space, angled slightly forward, inviting conversation while maintaining authority. The guest seat mirrors it, equal in height, equal in presence, signaling balance before a single word is exchanged. Cameras are locked into place with surgical accuracy, wide angles capturing the energy of the room, close-ups ready to zoom into emotion the instant it surfaces. This is a system built to capture truth, or at least the illusion of it. When a celebrity guest enters this environment, they bring their own gravity. Years of public image, countless interviews, red carpets, performances, and expectations walk in with them. The air changes subtly, almost imperceptibly, but unmistakably. The audience leans forward, not physically, but emotionally. This is the power of star presence. It doesn't shout, it hums. It vibrates beneath the surface, creating anticipation before anything actually happens. As the exchange unfolds, the show moves at first with the smooth confidence it was designed for. The energy is light, controlled, polished. Every laugh lands where it should. Every pause feels intentional. The machine is working perfectly. But live television is never fully contained. It is always one unexpected beat away from transformation. The very thing that makes it thrilling is the same thing that makes it dangerous. There is no rewind button for reality. The tension doesn't explode instantly. It builds. It creeps in through subtle shifts in posture, changes in facial expression, a tightening of the jaw, a momentary break in eye contact. These are the micro details that cameras were engineered to capture. High-definition lenses pick up everything. The slight lift of an eyebrow, the controlled breath before a response, the shift of weight in the chair. This is where the technical design of the show proves its worth. Nothing escapes the frame. The production values amplify the experience. The lighting, once warm and inviting, now feels sharper, more intense, though nothing has technically changed. The sound mix captures not just words but the silence between them, the reactions of the audience, the subtle rustle of movement. These are the specs that separate ordinary television from moments that travel across the internet within minutes. This is broadcast engineering meeting human unpredictability. As the energy escalates, the contrast becomes the story. Daytime television is built on comfort, familiarity, and approachability, yet here it brushes against raw emotion and discomfort. That clash is electric. It creates a visual and emotional tension that no scriptwriter could plan. The host's role shifts from entertainer to anchor, from performer to stabilizer, while still operating within the polished framework of the show. The guest, equally composed yet visibly affected, carries their own narrative weight, shaped by years in the public eye. This is where the wow factor emerges, not through spectacle but through authenticity. Audiences recognize it instantly. They feel it through the screen. The room feels smaller, tighter, more intense, even though the physical space hasn't changed. The design of the set, once background, now frames the drama perfectly. Neutral colors allow expressions to dominate. Minimalist decor keeps focus locked on the human element. Everything works together to spotlight the moment. The cameras adjust seamlessly, switching angles without calling attention to themselves. A close-up here, a wider reaction shot there, all guided by experienced hands behind the scenes. This is live production at its peak, responding in real time, adapting without panic. The crew understands that moments like this define careers, shows, and cultural memory. They don't interrupt it, they let it breathe. As the tension reaches its peak, the narrative becomes bigger than the individuals involved. It turns into a commentary on fame, pressure, and the expectations placed on public figures to always perform, always smile, always deliver. The studio audience feels it. Viewers at home feel it even more. Social media begins to light up. Clips are shared, titles are written, narratives are formed. The machine extends beyond the studio now, feeding into the digital ecosystem where moments are magnified and reframed. The aftermath is just as powerful as the moment itself. What happened is replayed, analyzed, debated. Was it real tension or exaggerated perception? Was it miscommunication or media manipulation? This is the lasting impact of live television done at scale. The production specs, the design choices, the camera work, and the pacing all contribute to why this moment doesn't fade. It sticks. In the end, the show continues, because it always must. That is the ultimate design feature of live broadcast. It moves forward, regardless of what happens within it. But something has shifted. The episode becomes more than entertainment. It becomes a reference point, a clip that resurfaces whenever discussions of on-air tension arise. The host's professionalism, the guest's presence, the studio's controlled chaos all blend into a single unforgettable sequence. This is not just a talk show segment. It is a reminder of why people still watch live television in an on-demand world. For these moments, for the unpredictability, for the raw edges that slip through even the most polished designs. The specs may be flawless, the set may be perfectly styled, the cameras may be state-of-the-art, but it is the human element that delivers the real wow factor. And when the lights dim and the cameras stop rolling, the moment doesn't end. It lives on in replays, headlines, and conversations, proving that even in a format built for comfort, there is always room for intensity, authenticity, and cinematic impact.